Right then guys, I've got a piece of laminating to do. I'm going to use 3 strips of 4mm by 16. So here we go. First thing to do, get a bit of this, what is it, about 5 or 6mm foam board, and cut yourself out a, I need to stand up, cut yourself out a former to wrap the laminations around. Easiest way to do that is to pin prick them through. So I want this lamination all in one big go. They can go past there. I've roughly measured this out. It's 36 inches, which is the length of my wood, so hopefully I'm going to have enough. And to stop it moving while I do this, I'll just put a couple of pins through. Cool. There we go. So the easiest way to do it is just to pin prick it, really. So the important thing to remember is the template has to be on the inside of this, so I'll just put a series of pin pricks around like this. It's a beautiful shape this is, actually. I think that should be straight line. Okay guys, that's pinned all the way around, so we'll just have that off like that. That's finished with for now, till I need to build the tailplane. Alright, I'm just going to cut this out and I should be right back. One word of warning though, as you go around the corners, keep your knife as upright as you can, because the temptation to go, as you go around it, to bend it either way is great. If you're going to bend it anyway, bend it away from the good bit, because you can always sand, and I probably will go around and sand the edge just to get it smooth. Okay, so we just pop that out of there and discard that. One thing I did do was to mark a line on there across where the end of the cut will eventually be, because when I put this bit in, I know that the laminations have to go past that point. The actual laminating doesn't take very long, it's preparation sometimes. So I want to laminate around here, over the top and around the other side, and I don't want this moving, so we'll just pop these pins in. Okay, so we've got our template cut out and fixed down to the table, and I'm just going to put some masking tape there to stop the edges coming up. So I've got some 1/32 balls here. It's not the full length I need, but as long as the joins are not opposite each other, it won't be a problem. The fun begins here, because I've got to put glue on each piece. I'm just going to damp off each piece in the right place. Also, each piece will get a bigger diameter as it goes around. So, as I say, it's going to be fun. What I'll do, I'll glue it and then I'll just do like that, just move each pin as I go. So let's get the glue set up, get gluing. Can be a good idea to have a piece of plastic put on the table, so I'll move quickly now, because it is going to dry pretty quick. It's a nice hot evening. So we've got a split in the first bit of wood there, but it's alright because it's covered by that. Tell you what, it's slightly easier to watch somebody else do it than do it yourself. We want this diamond goes in there. Like that. Right, we'll see how this lot comes out tomorrow. We'll let it dry. Okay guys, it's next morning. What I'm going to try and do is to remove the laminations from the former carefully. Right, okay, and I dare say the laminations are going to be stuck to the former as well, so let's see what we get when we try and remove it. It's loose where it's loose though. It's not the best glue for laminated. You want something a little bit slower. Yeah, I think we can use that. So there we are. All I need to do now then is to put it back on there and start infilling with the ribs and the leading edge for the elevators and trailing edge for the tailplane. Right, what I'll do is get some bits of balsa like that and just pin it through just to hold this down flat to the surface. I think the first thing to get in is these parts, which is 3mm by 8mm balsa. I just had this thought to stop it whipping around. If I put that in there like that, I should be able to cut it in a sort of solid way. So let's have a look. I'm going to hold the two bits together. It's going to be vertical. Oops, steady. It's cutting through the paper. Gently does it. There we go. Two strips of 8mm by whatever it was, 8mm. So one's going to go in there. Turn that piece over, it should be the same angle like that. And then, okay, let's glue those in and get them pinned down. But I'll also need to hold the frame down a bit. Get that curve just right, that's better. What I'll do, I'll put that side in first and then ease that forward and drop it back on. In that way I'll keep all my glue where it should be on the face of the balsa. Okay, I'm going to use that piece of wood, plastic, to hold that in to there nice and tight. There we go. So that's reasonably flat because it's been on the board. Obviously there's glue here and there. But I'm going to very carefully now go over it with a big flat sanding paper. I might change this one actually, it's getting a bit. Just very carefully work my way until it's down to that level. In fact, I'll probably put masking tape on this just to stop me sanding any of that. Just work my way down till it's all 1/8 of an inch thick. There we go. So I'll sand that down flat and then it'll be good to go. Okay guys, a little update. I've sanded the tailplane very carefully, very gently. It's now down to about 1/8 of an inch. so it feels very light, but very light, and hopefully the covering will strengthen it up quite a bit. And I've just cut out the fin and rudder, pinned it down, and the bends aren't too tight on this one. Well, they weren't that tight on the elevator, but anyway, they've gone round okay, plenty of damp, and just stretched it around dry. So I'll put 4 on. I shall let that dry. When they're dry, I'll take them off in order because each one's slightly bigger than the next, and run some glue on it and glue them in. Don't forget, you don't glue the first one in because you're going to glue it to the former. You only glue the second one to the first one, and so on. Okay, so I'll let that dry, and then I'll put some glue on it, and we'll be good to build it up over the plan. When it's dry from gluing, then we'll pop it back on the plan and put in all the various cross pieces, which won't take long because there's not much to it. Cheers, guys. Okay, so it's next day, so let's just pop off the pins. That's exactly what we've got. Went really well actually, this one. Oh, look at that. Nice. That and give that a little sound. Give that a little sound. There we are. So what I can do now is to gently go over the structure, get it all down to one level, and that'll be that one done as well. They're quite nicely. So all I've got to do now is when the time comes, I'll taper it down a little bit more at the back because it's obviously still full width, full thickness. Just taper it down a little bit just to emulate a bit better shape, and obviously round it all up. But for now, that'll do. That's good enough. Get on with the next piece.